All right, I think we can start right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Creative Research Challenge by College Leap. This is the first webinar of our whole series. This will give an introduction to CRC, Creative Research Challenge. We will go over some materials like the guidebook, the sample and rubrics, and also show you how to submit your first work with this research challenge. So yeah, I would use the first few minutes just to introduce introduce to you all about CRC. All right, first we have today's webinar speakers. These three members are from the research team from CRC. They are in charge of making the guidebook and rubrics and all of that based on their research experiences they had before. So the contents that we uploaded has been looked over by these research team members. So yeah, they will be the webinar speakers for today as well. So can I have an introduction from each of you? Can we start with Apurva, please?
Hi, my name is Apurva. I'm currently a second year at Irvine Valley College, and I'm so happy all of you are here today. And I'm really excited for you guys to be taking part in CRC.
All right, thank you. Can I have Bagol to introduce?
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Vagod and I'm sophomore at Jamestown Community College and one of the research team members and I'm really happy to see you today.
Happy to have you here as well. And can I have Maya to introduce?
Hi everyone, my name is Maya. I go to IVC. I'm a CS major, and I'm part of this research team. And yeah, glad to have everyone here.
All right, thank you all three of you for being here and giving this webinar to our participants. And okay, let's move on. So can I have 1 minute to introduce about College Leap? Because maybe many of you guys don't know about the organization that helped build this program, CRC. So College Leap is a nonprofit organization founded by UC Berkeley students. Our mission is to help community college students to earn the best transfer to their four-year university by giving them the opportunities to step up and take leadership. And also, we also help establish chapters at different community colleges all over the US. So we give them the chances to build their own projects and programs. So within this 2021 Creative Research Challenge is the first launch project by College Leap. And we are more than excited to have you all here, and hopefully you can participate in the challenge because we ensure that you will earn a lot of experiences about doing research, and many more in this pandemic time. All right, I will stop sharing my screen and the research team can start a part.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. Oh,
Awesome.
and also one reminder is that the participants, the audience right now can just, if you have any question, just type it into the chat and we will go over them at the last part, which is a Q&A section. Yes, thank you so much. And the research team can go ahead.
So the research team basically created a guidebook based on our experiences with several research conferences and also having some of our research published. Hence, we realized that kind of going into research can be really difficult. The whole purpose of CRC is to try and get people more comfortable in creating their own research and also kind of enable their creativity while they're doing something to kind of allow you to be more passionate about what you're researching. So this guidebook goes over 4 sections, and as Jasmine has covered, it covers what College Leap is. Section 2 covers what creative research challenge is in more detail. Section 3 covers two different samples that you can look over to give you an idea on what we kind of expect for the first round when you're submitting your sample and other submissions that are required for the first round. And then section 4 will be what you need to cover in order to get the most amount of points when you're submitting your proposals. So the Creative Research Challenge, as mentioned before, is supposed to be an opportunity for you to be able to conduct your own research in a creative manner. The annual theme for this year is COVID-19. That will be covered more in the later half of this, but with that in mind, this is supposed to offer an opportunity to allow you to be a researcher, because as many of you know, community college students don't have that many opportunities to be able to do the research that they want. That's something more that people see in like four-year universities. So hence why we want to try and give you that opportunity to be able to do your own research. So this will also be covered later, but there are 4 tracks that you can choose from when you're doing your research, and it'll also have to still surround the COVID-19 theme. In order to be able to participate in this challenge, you'll need to currently be enrolled in a community college within the United States. You also need to be in good academic standing. And there are no restrictions or limitations based on citizenship, age, gender, or orientation. And you can also choose to compete as an individual, or you can even choose people to be on your team, up to 5 people for you to take part in this challenge. There are multiple rounds in CRC. There are actually a total of 3 rounds. In the first round, you're expected to submit a research proposal, which will be through a Google submission form, which I will show later. And then you don't need to, so for the first round, you don't need to have all of your research ready by then, but you do need to have some sort of topic ready, and you need to have a track that the topic falls in under ready as well. And then in the second round, you'll need to be able to expand on this. And in the third round, you'll be also expected to do a 3 to 5 minute video. And at the very end, you'll be able to virtually present your research at the 2021 Community College Student Research Forum, where there will be people from Stanford, UC Berkeley, Columbia University, and other institutions to judge and give you feedback based on your creative research. These are some of the important deadlines coming up. So registration has already started, and if you register to all of the webinars, you'll be able to get a participation certificate, and some of that information will also be provided later on in this webinar. As mentioned earlier, some of the resources we'll offer you are workshops, such as the one that you're in right now, and there are also office hours, and this guidebook will also be available to everyone to look at when you're doing your research. Awards and certificates will be offered to everyone who attends all workshops and submit your proposal. And those that will go on to the second round will become College Leap certified creative researchers. And in the final round, you'll also be you'll become the honor creative researchers, and more awards will be given to teams who receive positive feedback. This gives you reasoning on why we chose COVID-19 as our theme, and this is also very pertinent to us right now, considering we're in amidst a pandemic. So the 4 tracks you'll be able to choose from are psychology, sociology, political science, and business economics. So within these, when you choose your topic, it can be kind of hard to try and narrow down to one of these, but we really, really encourage you to pick the one that matches each track the most. So first, offer some examples within each track. For psychology, you can choose a question such as, how has COVID-19 influenced the psychological health of international students at community colleges? For sociology, you can choose how are teenagers' internet usage affected by work from home policy? For political science, you can choose what is COVID-19's influence on the 2020 election? And for business economics, you can choose how does organizational structure change due to quarantine. Now, these are examples. These are not questions you have to choose yourself. In fact, we strongly urge you to choose a question that you feel strongly passionate towards and the one that you feel would benefit you the most when you're doing the this creative research challenge, because the ultimate goal for this is for you to be able to pursue research in a manner that you feel most comfortable in and that you understand the research procedures when you're taking part in this challenge. And once again, it is completely normal to have a topic that fits in more than one track, but you should choose a track that you think correlates most to the topic that you choose. And then for more information, you can go to this website in order to register and also find other um, webinars and stuff like that. And then really quick, I do want to show you the submission form. So this is how the submission form will look like. We offer some information on what the CRC challenge is, and we'll wait. Let me just. Oh, okay. Well, you will have to enter your email address, and then you can go through, and it'll just take you through filling out the research proposal. Yeah. Let me. Then I'll hand it over to Maya.
Hi. So I'll be talking about the research abstract that is required for the very first round. So for this one, as we can see, the chosen track is business and economics. And the topic is research market and identifying opportunities in tech industries in the US for starting new businesses during the COVID-19 pandemic. So as you can see, it's kind of long, but what we're trying to do is trying to make it as specific as possible instead of covering a wide range of topics and being it all over the place. So being specific helps, like for example, you want to focus it in the US or like the California or like any other country or city. And also when talking about the industries, in this case, like we want to make it more specific by doing tech industry and not just any other. So and the first part is very self-explanatory. We have community college, the track, the topic, and the others. Like you can have like 1 to 5 people in your team, and for the advisor, any professor who's going to be helping you with this research at your college. And so here we are having 6 sections for the abstract, first abstract. So the first part is introduction, and it provides background context for your research, like what are you researching about. So here we are writing about how we aim to look into the market opportunities that arose in the US tech industry as a result of COVID-19. So it's kind of important to tie it back to the COVID-19 theme, and then just like write revolving around it and be careful not to go out of context. And so that's the first part. And the second part is what we aim to achieve by doing this research. So for this one, the study will identify opportunities in the tech industry that have market potential for startups during and after the pandemic. So that's what we want to do. And this is while we were writing it, like this is what we were passionate about and like what we want to talk about the most. And as you notice, like there are like several word limits, like within 100 words and within 50 words, and like in other sections there are like word limits for the first round, but try to not like care too much about it when you first write it. Like I would advise you to just like pick a topic that you're passionate about and like take a blank sheet of document and just like free writing at first, before like trying to do the word limit, because it's like much harder. And then like besides, if you free write and then like came up with many creative ideas and other stuff that you want to talk about, like even if you're not going to be submitting it for the abstract for the first round, you can always use those ideas while you're going into the next rounds where you have to expand your research. And yeah, so that's, and going on to the method session, here this is the methods that we will be using to do the research. For here we mainly focused on the secondary data analysis, which is like using surveys, government and tech publications, newspapers, and analyzing it. And just that's the method that we kind of want to use in this um, research. But you can always use other research methods, like there are more than one. You don't have to like limit yourself to these options, and like feel free to come up with many creative ideas, or like as much as you want to write. And so these are like the methods that we will be using. And for the anticipated results, going down, this is like the kind of result that we expect from this research. So here we kind of like thus entrepreneurs in the tech industry focusing on innovative opportunities in response to unprecedented times are likely to succeed at higher rates than those operating within the established industries such as like air tourism or travel and retail. So these are like the results we have. And for the significance of the project, we just write like about the significance of the project. Yeah, so, and for the sources, don't limit yourself to just academic journals. Like I want to emphasize on this. You can put in like as many sources as you want, but it doesn't have to be academic journals, but like try to maintain some amount of credibility though. But yeah, for here we just wrote one, but obviously if you'll be using more than one sources. Going on to the next, um, can you zoom out like all out? Yeah, so here, as you can see above, like we talk about introduction, background, objective, significance, methods, anticipated research, results, significance of the project, and sources. So this is like the general format or the general outline for whichever track you are going to use, going to go into like business, economics, or like political science. It's the same format. So here we have we're doing, this is another sample for sociology track. It's actually pretty self-explanatory. We can go through this if you want us to go through it towards the end, and we will also have those research samples up on the website. But this is the next example for sociology. It's basically the same format and like kind of like the same, yeah, it's just different topics. Going on to the next, here is the popular research methods in social sciences. So we have like different several research methods like experimental studies, field surveys, and can you zoom out a little bit? Yeah, so and as I mentioned above, we have like secondary data analysis, which is what we kind of planning to do for the business and economics track. But always feel free to come up with more research methods that you want to use. And next we have like focus group research and action research. And also like if your professor is helping out on this research, or like going on to the next rounds, there will be like professors or like people who are more familiar with research and have already done those will be guiding you through it. So for now, don't worry too much about this like what you really want to do. If you have a rough outline of what kind of research you want to do, then it should be fine. So I guess, yeah, that's it. I'm handing off to Bagul for the next section.
Yeah, let me now talk a little bit about the rubrics. As you know, by definition, rubric is an assessment tool, but we wanted to guide you through an APIA checklist because this is the focus is overall on your creativity and on how you utilize it and how you address it and how you actually bring out your creativity. So it will be a holistic rubric, meaning that the overall focus will be on the overall proficiency, relevance, and understandability of your essay, of your research. And as you see, we'll have a maximum of 50 points, and for each point, for each sections that Maya has explained, we'll have 10 points, but down, if you can please approve, scroll down, we will have 20 points for theme relevance and for your creativity, because as again, it's a creative research challenge, and we really want to see that creativity, and we really don't want you to limit your skills to certain academic resources or like certain how like research guidelines. So please utilize that. And again, the theme relevance is 20 because it's really important that you address the issues that is actually surrounding us this year, this period. So do use the guidebook as your guidance, not as your checklist. Again, that's what I want to highlight. And I think that's it for the rubric.
I do want to really quick go over because I realized I didn't completely show the submission really quick. If that's okay, Bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So can you see my screen? Okay. So I'm gonna type in a valid email. So when I do this, when I try and go in, it'll actually let you look at a sample proposal that Maya actually went over in detail to describe whatever the headline was when it came to your first and last name, the name of the community college, your name of the advisor, and all of your additional team members you can include. And then afterwards, which I'll probably have to just type in random. So after you fill it in, you can click next. And this is your main bulk of the research proposal part that you can include your information on. So here you'd have to include what your research question is and then the specific track. And as mentioned before, you really have to try and tailor it down to one specific track because you cannot pick more than one. And then this is where you include your introduction and background and the objective and significance and methods. And of course, when you're actually filling in your information, it's okay to not think about the word limit at that time, but just a heads up, when you are submitting this form and when you're submitting your research proposal, you physically cannot go over 100 words because the Google form will stop you from going over the word limit. So try and keep it within those many words as much as you can. But of course, don't let it impede your creative ability, because the main part of this is to try and use your creativity in order to enable the research process and being able to research to the best of your ability. And then after including your sources, we will ask you one important question here about the impact that your research question has on the world. This is a place that you can take the chance to talk about why you think your research question, your independent research question, is important to you and important to your surroundings, and how it impacts, or whatever your results are, whatever you get, how it impacts yourself, the world around you, your community, etc. And this is where you would be able to express those thoughts. And then after that, you'll be able to submit.
All right, is that all from the research team, I believe? Yes, right now we can just go over the Q&A section because you guys may have some questions that we can explain clearly more about it. So feel free to put your question into the chat, and then we will read it out loud and have the research team members to go over them. So I'm having here one question. Are the groups evaluated separately than individuals? Can the research team answer this?
If they are doing the research as a team, then it's going to be evaluated as a team. And if it's only one individual doing the research and submitting it, then it will be evaluated individually. Yeah, as far as I know. Or if anyone wants to add on to that, yeah, please feel free to do so.
In terms of rounds and stuff like that, usually groups are going to be graded differently from individuals, so they will be separated from each other, I believe.
So there's, thank you for that. And there's another question. Do we work individually or as a team? You can choose to work individually, but you can also have a team that up to 5 members. So yeah, feel free to choose your team, or if you are prefer to work all by yourself, that's also okay. Oh, Poover, can you share the timeline, like the timeline of the first submission?
Yes.
So they,
let me pull it up really quick.
is it necessary to have an advisor? So
Yes.
it's not, yes, it's crucial to have one, to just have to go over your research. So this is the important deadlines. The first submission is on March 12th. So that would be a Friday. So everything you need to submit is already guided within this webinar. So you can use the Google form to submit your work. And it will take a few days for us to go over all of the submissions, and then we will announce the results that who will get into the second round. Yes. Yeah, so I want to add that after, when you enter the second round, you will have a chance to work with one mentor. They already have the many experiences in doing research within these 4 tracks. So they will work with you within 1 month until the second round submission. So they will hold up office hours for you to join and ask questions, and they will guide you about your research. So let me see the chat.
Would it be helpful if I went on the website and showed how to get to the submission and the guidebook and stuff?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll do that.
Thank you.
So I went onto the College Leap website, and then after that I'm gonna go into resources. And then underneath resources, there are these several different like headlines. And then under social sciences, there's a button where you can click 2021 Creative Research Challenge, and that's what this is. And then you can click that. And then once you scroll down, it kind of gives you an overview of what the guidebook goes over. But like if you want to go to the guidebook and stuff, you can register for webinars here. This is where you submit your proposal. So if like you click that, that's where it guides you to the submission form, and that's what I showed you earlier. And then in order to find the guidebook, you can go down to here, the guidebook, and this little box should show you the guidebook itself. Probably takes a while to load, but this is what it is. And then I'm sure you can, let me see. Okay. But yeah, you can click on it to save the PDF and stuff like that. I hope this answers your question. Like this is where you can find it. It's toward the bottom of the page, above the Community College Student Research Forum Advisors. And then this is just the thing that I showed you earlier. Hope that answers your question.
And also, can you please talk more about the 12-minute presentation?
Let me pull up the guidebook again. Do you see the guidebook?
Yeah, we are seeing it.
Okay. So when you're talking about the 12-minute presentation, are you talking about the Community College Student Research Forum? That's what you're referring to, right?
It's the one that they have to submit at the end, right?
Yes, yeah.
So
It's about the last round.
Mhm.
Do you want to scroll it down everyone? For the important deadlines. So there we have the Community College Student Research Forum, which will be at the end. And by that time, we will definitely provide more information on that, as well as your mentors while you will be working. Basically, that's summarizing your research in the presentation and presenting it with the audience, if that helps.
The information is typically what you'd see in research conferences provided like through your honors program and stuff like that. It's very similar to that. Within your 12-minute presentation, you can talk about, as Bubble has mentioned, the stuff that you include all the way in the first round, like the, the name of your topic, the reason why you chose your topic, specific like preliminary information, like a literature review, all those sort of things, as well as some of the things you do in the second round, which is kind of building upon that information, creating an actual abstract and making a 2-page proposal to provide more information to get it closer to being an actual research paper. And then the last round, that 12-minute presentation, is supposed to be like the last thing that you do, which is the overarching view of like everything you've done within this process.
Yes, so for the last round, after your 12-minute presentation, you will be given feedbacks by the professor at the research centers from Columbia and Stanford. So yeah, that would be valuable advice from them. And yeah, please go ahead and ask us more questions. This is the time for you to just ask questions along the way. We will go over everything. So I have a few stuff here I want to share. So what you will earn by joining CRC with us is to gain new research skills, because we will give you the opportunities to work with our mentors and advisors within a month in the second round to sharpen and refine your research. And we will give you the opportunity to get to dive into the research community. We also have a Discord channel. You can there you can talk to other researchers and maybe form a team if you need to. And also for the webinars, if you attend all 5 webinars of us, you will be able to earn a certificate for your participation. I will link the attendance form in the chat later, but that's just a heads up. And this is our Discord channel. We have the QR code right here. Feel free to use your phone or any electric device to enter our Discord channel, or you can use the link down here if you cannot use the QR code. So here we offer the infosectional sections, informational sections for you to ask questions every Thursday and Friday night with with another team we have there. And also feel free to find your teammates there if you want to form a team. We also help to do that too. So yeah, please join our Discord if you haven't gotten to that. Also, this is the website that Apova had gone over. But if you type collegesleep.cc/crc, you will enter the website right away. And yes, the submission form is on the website. You can register to the webinars also on this website as well. And the guidebook is also right there. So after this webinar, we are offering 4 more webinars talking solely about research skills. This is just an introduction about CRC, but the rest 4 will talk about research skills that will help you to go over your research paper. So next week, we're going to talk about research topic, what question that you should choose to conduct research, and how to. And after that, we will talk about proposal and other methods that you can use to help with your research. Oh, actually, there's a typo right here. It should be on March 5th, which is a week after the February 26th. So it's going to be around this time as well. Some of them may adjust it a little bit, but it's all on the website, all the details, and you can easily access to the webinars by registering it. And there was one question asking about who you should contact. You can email to me at phungbui1225@gmail.com. I'm always available to answer your question. Sometimes it may take me a day or have a day to reply back to you, but feel free to give me an email, or you can just ask directly on the Discord channel. And yeah, we will have the members to answer right back to you and help you to go through everything you need. Yeah, that's all from my end. Okay, is there any more questions you guys might have? Oh, and I will link the attendance form into the chat box, into the Zoom chat right now. Yes, please fill out the form if you gonna attend all 5 webinars. We will give you the certificate for your participation. Oh, what are the other certificates and awards one can earn? Apuva, can you go over this part again?
Yeah, of course. So along with the a certificate that you can earn for attending the webinars, you can also get one for successfully completing a proposal and turning it into a submission box website as provided within the website. You can also get an award for each round that you go through. So after the first round, if your proposal makes it through the first round, you can get an award for that. There are specific names you can that are listed in the guidebook. I can also share the guidebook again if you'd like to, if you'd like me to. But after you finish the first round, you are officially seen as one of our like honorary creator researchers, and the same applies for once you go through the second round. You also can get an award for that as well, considering that you have done a substantial amount of research by that point. If you are given good feedback and stuff like that, you're also given an award for that. And then if you make it through the last if you make it to the last round, not only do you receive an award for that, but you are also able to present in a symposium type uh, level where there will be professors from amazing prestigious universities from around the country. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. And of course, if you'd like more information, there is a lot of a lot more information about the rounds on the guidebook, as well as I can share my screen once again if you'd like me to, if that's helpful to you.
Thank you. I will type my email right here. Oh, there's another question. Do we have to fill the attendance form every time we participate in the webinar? Yes, you will need to fill out all 5 attendance form if you attend all of them. So that's the only way we can keep up with your attendance. Thank you for the question. Yes, and please feel free to contact me at this email so I can get back to you as soon as possible. All right, is there any more questions? I think I have talked about everything from my end.
Oh,
And
there's a question that says, during the last round, does our research get published in the journal? Yes.
yes, yeah, it will be published. Oh, do you want to talk more about it, Apurva?
I think like that's about it. Yeah, that it does get published in the journal. Just because it is very similar to a symposium type thing as you would see in your college's respective honors program and other opportunities you get with presenting your research, you will be able to get it published. I believe so.
Yes. So if you guys have more questions, feel free to put them now. Just one reminder is the first submission for the first round is on March 12th, which is a Friday. Make sure you sum up everything you need to turn in by then. And it will take a few days for us to go over all the submissions and announce the results. Then if you enter the second round, you will have 1 month until the next submission. And within that month, you will have the opportunity to work with mentors that are from UC Berkeley and other universities from the country. They volunteer to help with the mentorship. So yeah, many hope for you guys to join this challenge and to help you with the research skills. So if there is no more question, I think it will be fine if we can end the webinar right here because we've gone through everything we have on our end. And yeah, I will share my screen again to give you the general information where to contact us so that you can actually get a chances to have your question answered. All right, let me go over. All right, if there's no more question, you guys are free to leave because we are now ending the webinar. And thank you so much for your attendance for today's webinar. We hope to see you joining this challenge, and we will offer as much help as possible along the way. So don't be hesitant to contact us anytime. All right, thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, the research team, for being here with today's webinar as well.